Today's lesson is enhancing landscape images with Nikon Capture NX2 software using color control points. I'm Kristian Bogner, and today I'm going to show you how to enhance your landscape images using Nikon Capture NX2 software. So let's get started. I'm going to open View NX and I'm going to select a scenic image and then click the Nikon Capture NX2 button on my toolbar. I'm going to minimize View NX so we have a nice clean work area. Now let's analyze this image. I shot this image in the mountains, and a very common thing is to have a very bright sky with very dark foreground because you've got these rich, lush, dark trees. And then I've also got an issue here where I've got some hot spots in the foreground, and finally I have some color casts in the snow where the sky is reflecting into the snow. So we've got a lot to enhance, and normally this would be a very difficult image to enhance. It would take a fair amount of time, but there is an incredible tool called color control points in Nikon Capture NX2, and we're going to use that one tool to enhance this entire image in a very short amount of time. So I'm going to click the color control point button here on the toolbar, and then I'm going to click on my image, and I often like to start with the sky, and I'm just going to darken this area of the sky. I'm going to make sure my radius is pretty good, and then I'm going to duplicate this point. Command D on a Mac and Control D on a PC, or you can go Edit Duplicate as well. And I'm just going to put 4 points. Usually I choose 3 or 4 points to adjust the sky, just to keep it even. And color control points use amazing U-point technology, which takes into account more than just the radius of the point. It also takes into account the shape and color area as well. So it's very intelligent in adjusting these adjustments. So I'm going to select an area here, and I'm going to darken this area with the hotspot. I'm going to duplicate that and just put it into a different area here. And then I'm going to pick one more duplication, and I'm going to put it on this light area here on these rocks. And you can see the software is recognizing this is a different color than this over here, and it's adjusting it differently. So very intelligent, and it saves a ton of time. I'm going to brighten this area of the trees a little bit, and I'm going to go down here and I'm going to brighten this water a little bit, add some contrast and a bunch of saturation. And I'm going to duplicate this right here, and I'm going to duplicate it again, and I'm just going to use that same information to enhance these trees, but I'm going to add a little bit more saturation and a little bit more warmth. And then I'm going to duplicate this a couple times and just spread them amongst the image here. You can see as I do this, it's just adding these really nice spots of enhancement. I'm going to add some contrast to these trees and a little more warmth. And I'm going to duplicate this point a couple times just so these trees really come out here. I'm going to add a little brightness to this point here. So we get a little more adjustment there. And then I'm going to pick this point again and duplicate that just for down here so we get a little bit more saturation in this area. I'm really liking how this is looking. I'm going to adjust this area next because I find it's very cool. So I'm going to select a point and add a whole bunch of warmth to this area. And I really like adjusting the warmth or coolness of the image just to create some depth in that way with color. And I'm going to duplicate this warmth that I've created across the board here. I really like what I've done there. Great. Now I'm going to just hide our color control points here, and I'm going to turn what we did on and off so we can see a before and after of the image. So there's our before and there's our after. I'm going to toggle back and forth a little bit, and you can see, wow, what an amazing difference with just using one tool, the color control points, and in a very short amount of time. So I use this tool to enhance most of my landscapes, and I do them in a very short amount of time using it, and it's a fantastic amount of tool, and I don't know any other software that I can work with as fast as this for enhancing our beautiful images. Now there's one last thing that I'm going to do, is I'm going to adjust my color cast here. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to click another point, and I'm going to select a point, and then I'm going to go into my color picker, and I'm just going to bring my values down a little bit here and say OK. And then I'm going to do the same thing over here, and the reason why I have to do it again is because this is a different blue value than this, and you're getting really specific when you're getting the color picking. So if you could go right down to the white values, and you can see it's gonna really adjust the image. So when we go in here, I just subtly bring that value down towards white. I don't go full out to white, I just go towards white, and you can see it removes the color cast in a really nice way. I'm going to reduce my radius there, and I'm going to do one more point up here. And you can see I'm going down and I'm going to the left a little bit. So I'm going towards white, but I'm not hitting white. And I'm going to do this area here too, because I find there's a lot of blue in there. Great. Alright, now I'm going to hide my points again, and I'm going to show you before and after. And again, really significant difference. And I'm really proud of this image now, and I've really created an exciting image with these enhancements. And just to show you again that you can go back in, here's all my color control points. I can select them, and I can go into any control point and adjust it any time or move them around. For instance, I can go into my sky control points here, and I can adjust the brightness a little bit more and adjust to make them a bit darker, or I can go in over here to these points, maybe add some brightness on here if I want to. And then I can save the image as a NEF and maintain all of these adjustments, or I can save as a JPEG and TIFF. So I hope you enjoyed using color control points and enhancing your landscape image, and I hope you try this at home, and let me know what you think. Thank you very much, and I'll see you again soon.